I'm Michael Willing, and I started LLCTLC when I was 18. So that would have been 1994. So I guess I always had been sort of an entrepreneurial person. I was doing importing of jewelry that I had manufactured in India. And then I was also manufacturing purses in Vietnam. So we would go to the actual manufacturers in those countries, make designs, make prototypes. And then we'd go on the road and do these big road trips around the United States, selling our goods out of the back of our Suburban. My very first business, though, was selling goldfish. My mother's family settled out by Bridger, Montana in the 1860s. They were homesteaders. And my father's family owned lumber yards in Glendive and Havre and Glasgow up on the High Line. And they sort of settled in Montana in the 1870s. So there was this desire to come back to Montana, to stay in Montana. All of my family is here. And it's where my roots are. I think it was in about 2000, I had a client in North Dakota call me, and he was a plumber, and he wanted to apply for a state contract with the state of Montana. And in order to do that, he needed his whole fleet of plumbing trucks registered in the state. So I was like, well, I have no idea if this is possible or not, but let's try and figure it out. And so I called the DMV and began the process of learning how you could register vehicles under a business. We got all of his plumbing trucks registered, and he won the contract. And I thought, well, if I can do that for a plumber, then why can't we do this for other vehicles as well? Because the way I started to look at it is really every person who buys a car in the country is eligible for working with us. The problem, absolutely, for folks is understanding, I think, that you can have a Montana company, that it exists and is an entity in and of itself, independent of you as an individual living in whatever state you may live in, and that as a company it has rights. We want to represent to people that what we do is fully legal, which it is. We're not trying to hide under a rock and pretend that what we do is obscure or unavailable to anyone. That principle of integrity, honesty, these are things that set us apart from other companies. And we drive that through the ethic we create in our office with the way that we interact with each other as individuals. We want to always be mirroring that to one another, to our clients. And to work from that place of real honesty is how business should be done.